but I would have tried.
Alive, and we're going to switch this over to his official channel because he's back on it. I want to say it was a real honor being a guest host for such an illustrious and powerful show. I want to say it's great sometimes to scream on my channel where there are no rules and talk about the nasty shit. There might be some rules coming back in, so put your dicks away, put your pussies back in your pants, and get ready for a quality scream. I'm gonna turn this thing off and hit the host. What did I spell, like /host, and then your username. /host, what is it? True Sneaky Devil. All right, so guys, we'll see you over on Sneaky's page. I'm hosting him right here, so those views will go to him. Clicking buttons, do it however the fuck you want to do it. Just don't click your own buttons. Brody said, "How
Birdie's
cringy is
offering
Sneaky's
to
voice code
stream.
him."
Sneaky's Birdie's also offering to do the thing with Sneaky's stream key.
But all right, guys, literally, goodbye and hello. You'll see a brief flash as we switch over, and let's do it.
Ugh.
No.
Let's be
We
fair.
asked him to.
We talked for a good 10 to 15 minutes.
I didn't even suggest it, actually. They asked me to.
We were like,
probably because they want to know why we're hosting a stream for this guy named Sneaky.
But I came in because I was gonna come on the show tonight, and we chatted for about Metal Wolf Chaos for about 15-20 minutes. Good talk. And then they were like,
and Fire Emblem and
whatnot. They're like, hey, do you wanna put this on your channel? Because I was talking about using your Scream key, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever the fuck. I just wanna go live and yell at some people. That's what I do. Hey.
Yeah, I'm just gonna archive that on my personal computer though. If my Twitch downloader would just load up.
Oh yeah, the video will be saved for what is it, like 30 days? They keep the video too. It'll be up there.
Oh, it's gonna be saved for a lot longer on my personal hard drive.
Excellent. I actually prefer that because that way, if I take down the video, because I don't want Twitch to ever fucking BTFO me, you'll have it saved in case I want to see it.
I'll just like throw it up on 2 Google Drives.
Yeah,
it'll be triple safe.
Sneaky's dead again. I think you're on mute, Sneaky.
Uh-oh.
They're saying you have muted speakers.
Okay.
Yeah, Sneaky, you're not showing up on your stream.
Jeez, that is weird. Okay. No, what happened is that
Discord, you're super quiet.
Discord reorganized which mic it was using and where it was
did that
on the
to
list.
me too.
Why does it keep doing this to you guys?
And then on top of that, OBS also changed. With the positioning of the audio list mixer, because I normally have one audio muted because I play music on that audio stream. So when the stream starts, I mute that. And it usually goes unmuted, muted, unmuted. So I saw that the bottom was muted this time, so I unmuted that and muted the middle. The middle happens to be my mic now, which it wasn't before. So
basically, you continue to have your gremlin issues, and they're slowly spreading to Atin, yet I have somehow escaped them, probably after dealing with them for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like...
Atin, it's your turn to carry on the curse. Have fun, fucker.
Yeah.
Maybe this time I won't lose a computer.
So, the story that we're all going to suffer through today.
Oh boy.
Because you guys all had fun.
Oh no, don't worry. We read garbage. We kept the stream alive.
We read straight garbage, sir.
Yeah, but Jorp is an enjoyable individual to hear scream. So.
Oh well, thank you, Budsy. And to be honest, I was almost worried. I was like, I really hope Sneaky doesn't think like I'm trying to tread on his shit or anything, or subvert him here.
No, please. I've already watched fanfiction channels that have been alive less than us already surpassed us. I've already witnessed that. So.
I didn't think I was trying to like take over your shit. I was like, I was only doing it because you weren't here.
Those channels are probably established with something else, so
that's what we're gonna tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So anyway, this is the stray. Of course, I'm required to say on stream that you're not supposed to contact these people because Twitch likes that. So this is the stray. It's a Ruby story, which means everyone is absolutely going to be riveted by this because we all know how ironclad and full of non-holes that the Ruby canon is.
I mean,
Yes,
come on, it's one of the most
course.
I mean, you know what? It's the third best thing I've read, next to the Bible and the American Constitution.
Exactly.
Flawless documents that needed no editing whatsoever
Very.
at any point.
Would you think that the last name of Schnee that I would want for nothing, right? Well, I guess there's an exception when one born a faunus.
Not how that works.
This is a Weiss gang story.
What?
And yeah.
Hold on. What's the name of that ship? Is that Freezer Burn? I think that's Freezer Burn.
That's probably Freezer
I believe so.
So this is a faunus Weiss as well. But so the author starts off the first chapter.
I will say this. I hope the author has considered the logical implications of what that has to mean.
Right.
Because we might get some real drama here.
Yeah, the author starts a chapter off by calling it "White isn't always pure" because that is definitely not a charged saying in this current.
Also, by the way, someone just got out of Psych 101.
Yeah. Yeah. You were a mistake. Those are the last words I heard from my father, and the last time I will refer to him as such.
I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty harsh thing for a father to say.
Come on, I've heard worse. Yeah, you might have heard of this one before, Isley. I did show it on the stream before. Let's blame the co-hosts. Blame the not
Well, that's exciting. I never ping people. Like I've never like been a pinger, so I really didn't know that I should have pinged anybody.
And we didn't ping anybody because we were like, we're not gonna ping people for the real, because it's not the real stream technically.
SMH.
It was the tribute stream.
Only real fans would know
yeah,
about it.
Jorb, I have to ask, did you remember to play Fallen Angel on loop in the background?
No.
Oh.
now that you've said that, though, I'm regretting all my fucking life decisions.
Not even Africa?
Not even that. Well, Africa would have got me taken down. You can't play that shit. Weezer's got the rights locked up. You ever see, like, it's one of those things, like, Weezer did a decent cover of Toto's Africa that was both completely unnecessary because it brought nothing new to the table, and has also been so overplayed it's actually made me hate the fucking song Africa.
Nice. Well done, Weezer. Then again,
it's not like Africa was that amazing a song to begin with, so you're really not missing out on that much,
no,
but still.
It wasn't. Then again, he was never my father in the first place. Not really. Sure, he gave life to me and housed me and gave her a job and fed me, but he was not my father.
No, I mean, that sounds fairly parental.
How do I know?
There's your father and then there's your daddy, and it all depends on how often you have sex with him, which one it is.
How do I know this? Simple. But perhaps I should go back a few years, mysterious person reading my mind, so that you'll understand why I am telling you
this is
these
actually
words.
just Weiss after she's been thrown in the gutter by her father hallucinating as she starves to death.
Yes. See, I was born as Weiss. Before you ask, the answer is yes. My family, my former family, owned the dust company you're thinking of. However, here it might be better to go back to the beginning even farther.
What?
Or at least how my new mom told me about it. It's a long story. you
All
see.
right. First of all, I want to interject here. Fuck you, author, for this. I will go back to the beginning. Wait, no, I haven't gone. Record scratch. Haven't gone far enough back. Hold up.
This
Fuck
is
you.
No,
this is
Sneaky was
quite
adding
no.
artistic license.
No,
Even farther was not added there, and it was not implied.
but it kind
Bet
of
you're
was.
wondering how I got here.
Well, no, you see, perhaps I should go back a few years so you understand. I was born as Weishni in my former family. Here, it might be better to go back to the beginning now. So there's a difference, though, between a few years back and the beginning, because I really don't think Weiss is 3 years old and kicked onto the curb. Who's
I
also
mean-
having flashback moments. So yes, it was quite literally record scratch. I bet you're wondering how I got in this position. Let's go back a couple years. My name's Weishni. Wait, no. Let's go back even farther.
Honestly, all that does is make me depressed. You guys saw the Mumkey Jones movie, right?
No.
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 Mumkey Jones stops a school shooting.
No.
No.
Oh.
I feel I would remember something of that title, sir.
Well, it's a meme in that movie. Like every 5 minutes, like the different character will be like, "I'll bet you're wondering how I got here." They'll flash to a whole thing. Jones is a real sad character. He's falling apart pretty bad.
Is he now?
But by all means, continue.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. My new mother. Your new mother? Okay. Said that him and my biological mother met at a bar. Flashback to an event that I wasn't there for and don't remember.
Well, to be fair, if they've been told it, then yes, that I'm not saying I like it, but that's a fairly used narrative device. Flashing back to an event the character hasn't seen but has been told about by someone who was there or not there, but whatever.
Yes, we're going to flashback to an event that they know third hand because it's third hand because the likelihood.
Hey, look, if you've seen college kids citing sources in a paper, you know third hand is perfectly acceptable.
Please, college kids only source the best fifth hand. Flashback. Hey Tom, that time of the year again, the bartender asks as he placed a shot glass in front of the white-haired man as he sat down along with a bottle of whiskey. Typically, you don't bring your own whiskey to the bar.
I was gonna say, what kind of exclusive ass bar is this where it's bring your own whiskey?
Fucking BYOB on the top of a bar. We don't actually serve alcohol.
You rent the
here.
space out for ambiance.
We don't actually serve any alcohol here. You have to bring it all yourself.
If you're rich enough to know about my business, you're rich enough to bring your own whiskey.
Sounds about right.
And no, Isley, it's third hand because the person that's telling the story wasn't there themselves, and so then the person who's retelling the story is telling it
That's not it.
third hand.
There it is.
I wrote a story in pretty much only third hand once. I'm proud of that one. Cool. And thanks, Aka 8244824949422249. I feel like you're a bot, but you know, thanks for following me.
We'll take what we can get here.
The person we got the info from was there. So no, what was the person the info from? No, they weren't there.
Yeah, no, it says from my new mother, which first of all, that's a weird statement.
Once a year he came to the Luzalila bar on the behest of his dead wife. Alright, buddy, if you're hearing your dead wife and she's telling you to go drink at a bar, I think you need help.
I think they mean it was a dying request, Sneaky.
You would say it's a dying request, not phrasing the entire sentence like the wife is still alive and or talking from the grave to him and telling him
No,
to go
you could
drink
still
his
use
brains out.
at the behest of, like, if it's like, Jacques, once a year I want you to go to our bar or whatever.
Okay, but we don't know that.
No, it's not an unreasonable inference, is what I'm saying. Look, I'm just saying it doesn't immediately make me at least, jump to thoughts of the person's hearing a dead person.
Okay, but that's how the sentence is. I did a person telling a story they were told, and a story of a little girl telling a story who was told a story like a game of telephone. Well, that's very interesting, Birdie, and I'm pretty sure that I probably would have stabbed myself if I tried to do that myself. I mean, just look at the chapter 1 of the Dark Souls story that Max and I wrote, where we could never actually refer to the main girl character by her name because she didn't have one.
I hate that chapter.
To be fair,
so
that was
much.
self-inflicted stupidity.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know why I agreed to it.
I don't know why I thought of it.
Do it. Why did we do it?
Because the problem is that the name that we had for her in the story notes, Valkyrie, was not a name that you would give anyone as far as we knew in our extended universe. So we had to come up with a reason as to why her name was Valkyrie, and that reason was because she put on the helmet that generated the name Valkyrie.
Right.
Yep.
It was still self-inflicted stupidity.
Yes. Yes, it was.
We're not denying that. But every so
Amen.
often I have to be reminded why we were that fucking stupid.
We were pretty stupid. It's Larry, Thomas Schnee said with a light sigh. Oh, it is Larry. Before pouring himself a drink. Okay, again, so the guy just walks into a bar with his own bottle of whiskey and pours himself. It's like, what the fuck is the bartender supposed to do, my lad?
The Schnee family pays him very well to be a counselor on the side once a year.
Of course.
Also, I mean, to be fair, like, it's entirely possible that Jacques Schnee just gave them, like, $2 billion and just said, once a year, I'm going to come in here with my bottle of whiskey, and you're going to shut the fuck up about it.
2 years ago, his wife of 10 years ago had died to an attack at a rally that he was addressing the rumors his company was hiding when it came to honest workers. Why was the wife at the rally? It was supposed to be him shaking the thought. He felt someone sitting next to him. It was actually supposed to be your security. Now, I know that sounds callous, but you do pay them a significant sum of money. Like, there is a reason why, when you're guarding someone as private security, you are paid a significant amount of money, because it is expected that you will try and take the bullet for the person. Being that, you're being paid to make sure they don't get shot. So I'm just saying, if you are in a position where your wife is eating a bullet for you, you possibly have the worst security in existence, and or you're not paying them enough. Or maybe not a good. No, Jordan. Have you ever considered that maybe this was her way out?
I mean, look, the way the world works today, if a woman wants a way out of marriage, she's not only getting out, she's getting all your fucking money in the process. So if she eats a bullet for you, that's love. That's a bitch you want to keep.
Except she's dead because she ate a bullet for you.
I know, it's a modern
that doesn't
tragedy.
mean you can't keep her. A little bit of necromancy.
Those cavities will stay good for at least a couple weeks in the bathtub.
Okay, no. I was suggesting necromancy.
I was suggesting necro something.
You okay? A feminine voice asked as Thomas turned to look at the female. He debated about answering, but besides, what could it hurt? Not really. Well, my name is Cal, so what seems to be the trouble, Tom, right? she asked, hoping that she overheard the man's name correctly. Seeing him nod at that, she smiled lightly, glad that she
Alright,
got the
hold on a
man's name
minute. Are we
right.
supposed to believe that someone in Atlas
Yep.
doesn't know who this guy is?
Yes. But also, we're supposed to believe the following scenario, right? So, scenario.
First of all, Jacques Snee is a decent human being,
Yes.
honoring his dead wife's wishes.
Yep. And then he fucks a clearly faunus. So the whole faunus thing, you have to be clearly faunus, according to canon.
No, I mean, it could be something like cat ears, which could be hidden.
Yes, that is fair enough. You could hide the cat ears using, say, a
Or if
bow,
it's like I
you're
don't know, like a
retarded.
monkey tail or something, like, you can hide that. You can tuck
Yeah,
that.
but it's not comfortable.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying it's doable.
But my point here is that you can claim you are hiding it all you want, but when you are stripping down to nothing so you can have sex with a person, it's kind of hard to hide your animal features at that point.
Sneaky, they could just be like, just turn the lights out. And
If,
then,
if we get all to the way to the point where my clothes are off and she hasn't already found out about my animal features, boy, is she in for a rude surprise.
He says that because he actually has a hedgehog dick.
What? Is there hedgehog dick lore that I don't know?
Yes.
I'm listening.
I'm not going to speak of it on the stream. All you have to do is watch
Atin.
Morgan Freeman's The Facts About the Hedgehog.
I've been a Sonic fan for nearly 30 years and I've gone this far without seeing Sonic fuck anything. I'm gonna keep it that way.
Shameful. Shameful.
I have seen that one horrible picture where, like, Shadow is a toilet for some reason.
Apparently, Isley is thoroughly familiar with hedgehog dick. So
I
you can
would
always
ask
her.
what you're talking about, but I don't want to know. Also, I'm not surprised. I'm just waiting one day for Isley to get arrested for some kind of moral depravity.
Also, so on top of all this, right? So this is the scenario that the author proposes. Because surprisingly, this is what happens. Raven is her new mom, right?
Yeah,
What?
I'm trying to
Right.
figure this out.
So
Raven.
this is a scenario that is proposed by the author. So Raven just happens to be drinking in the high-class bar that Jacques Thomas Schnee was also drinking in.
I mean, it depends on how much money she's stolen, but I could believe that.
Yeah, but I feel like Raven is more of a belligerent drunk and would not be able to last long in a high-class bar.
I mean, I agree with you, but she could have just sat down.
Fair. So anyway, so Raven is in this high-class bar, and she watches as Tom Schnee and whatever this fucking Faunus's face his name is, and she watches them flirt with each other, and then she watches them have sex with each other, so she knows that
Hey, maybe she paid extra.
is in fact actually this Faunus's daughter. And so beyond that, even beyond that part where Raven is supposedly in this bar with them watching this, we're supposed to believe that not only would Jacques Schnee fuck a Faunus, he would then 6, 8 months or 12 months later, whenever the Faunus then shows up going, yo, I have your kid right here, he would then go, yes, I feel bad for you that you now have my kid as a parasite living off you. So I shall both give you a job and take the kid in as my own. But then around 5 to 7 years later, I shall decree that I actually hate Faunus all along and that I shouldn't have had her, and then I'll kick her out of the house.
I mean, to be fair, he might have just viewed it as, we're going to go into the deep south here. Might have viewed her as just an animal, so it's okay.
Okay, but see, the problem here is that you could have easily just not accepted the kid as your own, just disowned her immediately, being like, look, I'll give you a job because I feel bad that I fucked you and knocked you up, but I'm not taking in your kid as my kid. Like you could have easily done that. Like saying that you're gonna take in the kid and like as one of your kids, as one of your potential heirs, and then give her the lap of luxury, supposedly again. Unless she wasn't given any of this, at which point then I again question why did he take in the kid then? Like he could again easily have just said, "No, that's not my kid. I will give you a job though as a maid for the mansion." Like just like
Or
what is
even
this?
just, yeah, that's my kid. You can't do anything about it. Get out.
Yeah, it's like, what is this 180 that's going on here? Where it's like, yes, I shall give you a job and take in your kid and raise her as my own, and then also at some point in time that is unspecified, just randomly decide to start hating her, tell her she shouldn't have been born and she was a mistake, and then to the point where that she then runs away and somehow convinces Raven that it is worth her time to adopt another daughter.
When she's already got one who's run away.
See, this is why I don't watch anime. This is far too convoluted.
This is an
this
anime.
Is fan fiction.
This is, I would say, this is some half-wits attempt at anime.
I really,
which is why it's even worse than usual.
Basically, yeah. I just can't follow any of these events at all in the slightest. Because, like, it's one thing if it was like a Dursley situation, right? Where Jaquise was like, I don't want to take this kid in. I'm not taking this kid in. It's a burden on me. It's a mistake. And it's like, that's how she grew up. And she wasn't white Schnee. She was just white. Because she was disowned at the revelation of her birth or whatever. It's like, okay,
Weiss, kept around in the Schnee house.
Yeah. Like I can be like, okay, yeah, so you're just kind of like the bastard child, and you're not really I was gonna say you could call her wife Snow or whatever, because bastards were just typically named like whatever as a last name, nearing the end of the medieval Renaissance period.
Yes.
But Jon Snow, because there was snow on the ground. It's north. Yeah, get it. I was
gonna say that was the generic name given. Snow was the last name given to all bastards in the North.
Yes, that's what I'm saying though. It's just this is what's on the ground, so they're named Snow. But I was gonna say you can't really do that with Weiss. You can't name her Weiss Snow because her last name is Snow.
No, only the real heirs get to use the German name. There's the precedent, like with Super Mario, and how his name is Mario.
Why are we talking about that movie?
Name's the same as your first name.
Well, why did we have to jump to that movie, though?
No, I'm not.
I was trying to think of other characters whose last names were also their first name, and then that's one of my favorite movies.
But anyway, so. But again, you actually got to keep in mind though, that either the mother named her because she was the only one there for the birth, or she told Jaquise about the pregnancy, and he named her Weiss. Because the likelihood that a random faunus is going to name Weiss the exact same name, I actually find exceedingly hard to believe. Unless Jaquise was there and was like, no, her name is Weiss. She's my child, she named Weiss. It's like, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure. But then there comes the problem again, where then Jaquise does a fucking 180 at some point. It's like, no, actually, you were a mistake, and I regret you. It's like, consistency, author? Consistency!
We don't need consistency here. It's just fan fiction.
Love what's going on in the chat right now.
Look, I just ignore the chat, like, honestly. But I should actually take some downtime, and I should record in my best Dalek voice, me shouting the word consistency, and just have that on soundboard. But anyway, so we're in the deserts of Vaco now. and a black-red portal comes out of nowhere, and it's Weiss and Raven. Why are we here, Mother? The temperature is shit. I told you not to call me that, Weiss. I'm not your mother. We're here so you can do some training, and I have a job to do. Can I help? This isn't like last time, Weiss, where your eyesight helped against the Rat Grim. Ah, yes, the Rat Grim. Honestly, if there were Rat Grim and they had like some sort of special modifier of like they're super weak, but they're able to form in like the shallowest pools of darkness from humanity, and like that's why they infest cities. I think that would be a believable bit of lore that I could sit there and be like, all right, sounds neat. But anyway, Rat Grim, eh? I'm already gonna be hindered with what I'm wearing, she commented, pointing out the fact that she was wearing a black dress. The crimson-dyed belt and gauntlets she was wearing wouldn't help matters either when it came to the heat, and quite honestly, Raven was already feeling the effects, not that she was that wife, no. Then again, the feathers that were hanging off the right side of her skirt did allow for a cooling factor. Alright, Weiss said dejectedly. For the last couple of years, Raven would take her places and make her train, while Raven goes out and kills shit. Blah, blah, blah,
Okay, and so at
blah.
what point did Raven give up on finding the real kid?
Because fuck you reasons.
I see.
Make sure you do the training, Weiss. Wukong will be, wait. Wukong has stated that there's a muster of Mayures around here, and I'll be fine against their hypnotic effects thanks to my mask, but you are not protected against this. So, again, I don't fault the author for making up more species of Grimm, because, again, just having 1, 2, 3, 4 species, and then suddenly, like, 3 more, is not a very varied and, diverse cast for the antagonist pool of army. But, it's this thing called explaining to the audience, author. And while it does sound like you're trying to do the smart way of introducing something to the audience, is to where you make enough reference between dialogue between characters or in the narrative of a character thinking of something along that lines to kind of hint at or mostly fill in the concept that you're trying to introduce that is non-canon. But a cluster of Grimm that can hypnotize people kind of needs to be elaborated on.
As do rats.
Also, the fact that there is a Mr. Wukong, and the fact that you're using a muster, because again, there's what's a muster? Is that like a large amount of them? Is that a specific amount of them? I'm not aware of how many is in a muster. Let's see. Is this an actual form of measurement? No. Muster is not, in fact, a form of measurement. So, I'm gonna have to ask for the author to get their shit together and either explain the concepts they are introducing a little bit better, or what?
But Sneaky, we're not allowed to contact the author. How will we let them know?
Sneaky, muster, noun, a formal gathering of troops or a group of peacocks.
Okay, well, see, I knew it was a gather. I knew that you would muster an army, but
yeah,
No, this is the no. That's the noun version. There's the verb and the noun version.
Okay, but see, the problem here again is we have no sort of number.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say the issue still remains.
You don't refer to like 5 birds as a flock of birds. When you say flock of birds, you're talking about like the fucking V in the sky. You're talking about like the giant row of crows on the power line. Like you're not talking a small number. You know, when you say herd of deer, you mean like that big herd of deer, not like the 2 deer you saw, you know? So, how many Grimm exactly are just chilling out in a giant group? And if they can hypnotize people, then why are they just chilling out in a group? And why are they only in the desert? Are they only
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
the
say it
desert?
seems like a bunch of Grimm that could hit. Well, no, I could
Are they
understand the hypnosis.
peacock Grimm?
Like they have like some kind of mirage power or something, right?
I mean, yeah, I can sort of get that, but the problem here is that we know nothing about these Grimm. If it was like some sort of collective mirage power where they're peacock Grimm, and by using the feathers on their back, they, you know, cast illusions or some shit, it's like, okay, fine.
Well,
But
now we need to make
we
that.
don't know that. We don't know anything about that. It hasn't been explained to us, so we're just supposed, like, all the information we're given, and we're just expected to sit there and be like, oh yeah, a monster. And it's just like, what are we supposed to do with this information? Like, so this is important because we don't know what kind of danger that Raven's willing to leave Weiss in. Like, are these a threat? Is their only problem the fact that they'll hypnotize you? Or are they actually deadly? Do they tend to hang around or lead you into other Grimm, sort of like a Left 4 Dead jockey? Like, what is their danger?
Do they? I would say, do they just run you in a circle in the desert until you die, and
Yeah,
then they
like-
just kind
So-
of pick you clean?
By the way, a quick Google search reveals that it looks like it's just a group of peacocks.
Yeah. So
Because
it's a bunch
Mayur
of
is a
peacock Grimm.
Sanskrit word for peacock.
Wonderful. So it's a bunch of peacock Grimm. Fan-fucking-tastic. You know, I'm glad the Google search
Hey.
could, you know, but you know,
Peacocks
you
aren't
gotta work with
like
information.
they're
here.
not nice, but they're also not like terrifying on the level that geese are. So, not sure where this is
Fucking
gonna
Look,
go.
Grimm
I've
geese.
never had I've never had a peacock front on me.
Grimm
I have
geese.
absolutely had geese try to wreck me.
There's fucking shit everywhere.
That would that would actually like oh god, geese are such assholes for no reason. They're just
It's
mean.
like you're just like walking. You're like 40 feet away from them, and they're like.
See, that's why you just run up and punch it right in the face.
Oh no,
That's
no, no,
if
no!
we were having this conversation, but you replaced geese with something else, like say, black people.
Of course.
No.
I'm glad that Max and I are still able to say things in concert.
It's been a while since the last time that happened. But yes. No, if you apparently the best way to deal with a goose is grab it by the neck.
Yeah, and then you lift it up by the neck and you use it as a bat to beat the other geese with.
I mean,
But
look. I would say my person
huh?
with geese
Yeah.
was punting them.
Yeah.
That worked extraordinarily well.
I'm
Anyway,
sure it did.
Granted, I was wearing cleats at the time, but
Oh jeez.
real cleats, by the way.
I like
Yeah.
that you took the
all
time
this
to
shit
clarify.
about geese being
real
like endangered
cleats.
species or protected species or whatever, it's like fuck that shit. They step
What?
to me.
I'm
I'll step
sorry.
To them.
I'm sorry,
Am I
what
supposed to care?
Hang on a second. Geese are is that a real thing?
Yeah,
I'm
they're
sorry,
like
you're not going to get me to believe
yeah.
that the Canadian goose is an endangered species.
It's some sort of
Or-
protected species.
Or oh no, okay, I can believe the Canadian goose, but what about the fucks walking around with the bright orange beaks that come up to like my waist? What about those assholes?
Dude, I have no idea. All I do is remember someone telling me that the reason why we can't just fucking kill all the geese on the school property because they're attacking students because they're a protected species. And I'm
I
just
don't
like,
see why. They're fucking everywhere. Reclassify them as pests and let us hunt them again.
exactly right.
The way God intended.
I'm sure they taste fine. You cook them up right.
No,
they're
geese are supposed to
everywhere.
taste terrible.
Yeah, no, they taste like shit.
That's what buffalo sauce is for.
Buffalo sauce is shit.
First of all, fuck you, sir.
Look, I don't care how much sauce you put on it. I don't think you're gonna make goose taste good. There's too much hate in that meat.
Love duck. They can't be that far apart.
Yeah, is this a thing? Goose recipe? Roast goose recipe.
You could make anything taste good if you season it right.
I shall be right back. Do not die on me.
Gordon Ramsay's roast goose recipe.
There you go.
Okay.
Gordon Ramsay stands
Surely-
behind it.
Surely Gordon Ramsay can make this thing taste good.
Okay, but that's going. I can get. I can make an amazing video game if you give me a team of AAA programmers.
Yeah,
Okay,
you can have Todd Howard, and you have to make a
It's
game that's a
still
vertical
true.
climbing simulator.
Oh. No. Like, it comes to stipulation, Todd Howard has to handle all your PR.
Oh, can I just jump
Well,
off
in
the
the
cliff?
fucking dark.
That, you know what? That'd actually be interesting. Like, listen, we will give you an unlimited budget and a team of your choice, but Todd Howard has to do all of your PR until the game releases.
No, your PR team is Todd Howard and Peter Molyneux.
Oh.
Too soon?
Oh, never too soon.
Oh no.
Argue not soon enough. Gordon Ramsay cooks good. Have any of us actually eaten anything he's made? You know he has multiple restaurants. I've never eaten anything he's made personally, but I've had his recipes and they're quite good. But yeah, I guess I've never eaten anything. I have met Grant Ashatz and it is a fucking treat.
Honestly, Gordon Ramsay is like one of those terrifying people. Like, he's such an asshole in the field he's in, but he's earned the right to do so because he has the skills.
Well,
to
I
back
would
it
say
up.
it's also you realize that is hammed up, right? Like,
Oh no, I know it is. I've seen personal interviews with dude. He's actually a very nice dude. He just has no problem letting loose a cuss word or
well,
three.
no, but specifically, like the British version of the show, he's actually far nicer, but the assholery played better with American audiences when it happened, so they're like, yeah, tone that up.
Why am I not surprised?
If you watch the British versions, he's like super chill.
Well, keep in mind he also hosts the kids cooking show on Food Network.
Okay, yeah, but there's a difference between going, here's the show in Britain and here's the kids network version. Like,
No, I mean, the man clearly has it within him to give firm criticism without breaking these people down in tears.
Gotcha. Yes.
He seems to have a soft spot for kids, even, which makes
Almost
sense.
too
He's got, like,
soft a
3 kids
spot.
himself.
Sure. No.
Uh,
Don't get us sued.
Yeah, if you've never been to Alinea, it's a restaurant in Chicago, run by Grant Ashatz. It's actually the #1 restaurant in the world. Last time I checked, a couple years ago. It's really earned its title. It's a good restaurant. Why does that kill the conversation?
We just have nowhere to go.
yeah, or
Nobody's been to Alinea. Nobody's interested in the best restaurant in the world. Okay, whatever.
I've just never been there, and it's probably out of my price range.
I think it's close to
out of my
300. Close to
travel
300 ahead.
Yeah. Gee, I'm a
That,
broke college kid.
You know, if I want fancy gourmet, I'll just go to the Ruth Chris in downtown Atlanta at one of the hotels and spend like $50. Get me some gourmet fries.
All right.
I mean, you get what you pay for. You know, it's the best meal you'll ever eat in your life.
We say let's try booking a reservation for my birthday. Let's see how this goes.
At Alinea?
Yeah.
See what it gets to.
Wow. All those reservations are sold out. It doesn't help that mine's up.
You gotta book pretty far in advance. They are popular. Wanna be popular. Yeah, you guys know that song? You guys seen Wicked?
No, I'm familiar with it, but no.
No.
Oh, here we go. On their website, The gallery. Our first floor gallery provides a multi-sensory 16 to 18 course menu that combines fine dining with experimental moments. Prepaid reservations for parties of 2 to 4, $295 to $360 a person.
That is going to be a hard no for me then. On that.
No, but Max, the second floor salon has a 10 to 14 course tasting menu, and that's $205 to $275.
Yeah, no.
Look,
Yes.
I'm just saying you get. I'm just saying you get what you pay for, and it is an experience that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'll remember the experience of wasting $400.
To have the best meal you'll ever fucking eat. Yeah, sure.
Look, all I'm saying is that Brazilian steakhouse are bust.
I do like Brazilian steakhouse. I mean, there are people out there who spent over $100 on a copy of Fallout 76. Now imagine how fucking hungry they feel.
Not
but you
very.
see, imagine the satisfaction they get from that wonderful canvas bag. Oh wait.
Yeah. your canvas bag there. No, real canvas
Remember when the
may not be
Bethesda
included.
PR guy was like, "Oh my god, why are you guys so upset over whether or not it's made out of canvas or not?"
Like, bitch, you done told us. You done told us it was made out of canvas. That's why I'm upset.
It's almost like you lied to us.
Or the fucking, what was it, like a power armor helmet you got with that thing? What a fucking... Gamers, I say this as a gamer. Gamers fucking embarrass me.
Gamers rise up.
You know, oh my god, I'm so excited for this collector's edition steelbook and my fucking replica Brotherhood of Steel helmet. I'm gonna wear that to all the parties I'm not invited to.
Yeah.
That's a real fucking pussy slayer right there, boys.
Well,
know?
it's like the Master Chief helmet that got that was sold off as a wearable, and it's just like, at what point are you gonna?
I would say, here's the thing, right? There's a difference between just wearing the helmet and if you show up in like a dope cosplay. Then you're still weird, but you're a talented weirdo.
I mean,
You're still a weirdo.
Yeah, you're still a weirdo.
You think the guy in the Master Chief cosplay ever gets laid? No, it's the guy in the Fairy Tail cosplay who's getting pussy.
I mean, hey, if you actually have the body to pull off Fairy Tail cosplay, it's not really cosplay anymore.
It's advertisement.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, look, if there's a guy out there, like, to the guys out there that can actually pull off Natsu, like, yeah, you know what? They deserve what they're getting.
Because, like, it's not really that out there, but if you have the body for it, it's just
No,
like...
if you go to the gym at least twice a week, yeah, you deserve a little bit
no,
of pussy. That's all we're saying.
Natsu's a bit more than twice a week.
I was gonna say,
I don't
look,
know who
Natsu,
Natsu
great.
is.
No,
Hold on.
listen.
All
Of those
his
guys have
six-packs-
6-packs.
Yeah, his six-pack has a six-pack. That's not...
No, it's not that bad, but...
See, I mean, shit, I have a fucking six-pack, and I don't even work out that often. It's not hard. You just need to not fucking have a diet of chips and Cheetos.
Well, you know,
Excuse
that's
me,
a bit
are you
hard.
shaming my diet?
Are
That's
you
not actually
shaming
my
my
diet
audience?
For everybody, by the way.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the gym tonight, actually. Stunt on these virgins.
You know, Birdie here is asking the real questions. But does your map glow in the dark?
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so back to this garbage, right? So let's finish this up. So,
I gotta get going soon.
Alright, now, Jorp, we'll see you later then, when you do.
Yeah. Thanks for
Have
being
a
on,
good night.
guys.
So,
Thanks for
yeah,
Well, I won't say goodbye. I won't say goodbye. Fuck you. No, it's cool. Yeah, thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Yeah.
Do I need to play that? Do I need to play that song?
Let me know if you ever want to link to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, play the song.
Oh shit! Well, I gotta find it first. Now you put me on the fucking
shit.
spot. What the hell is that song called? The one played in Fast and Furious, where they drive on separate roads.
Oh god.
You know the one I'm talking about.
You know the one? Yeah. When he sees the fucking The guy because of what happened, in real life, and they drive off. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. What a great series.
Fucking shit. What the hell is it called? It's a meme! I should remember it!
Let me look up song from what was that? Fast 7?
Yeah, I think it was Fast 7.
It's Fast 7. On Fast 7 soundtrack. Sorry for subverting this shit here. Did See You
Wiz
Again by Wiz
Khalifa, See You Again.
Yep, we both found it.
Alright, well, I'll just play that in a second.
Oh, my man. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Signing off here.
Let me guest host that shit in the hour of need.
Alright, well, this stream is getting muted now.
Oh, yeah,
So
we're
I better-
absolutely just getting absolutely
I better
copied
download it
struck
the
down.
moment
Yeah.
we're done.
Alright, bye, Jordan.
Hey, Gators. Stay fly.
Oh, God. Alright, I'll just end that right before the 30-second mark, so they can't claim it.
I'm pretty sure they
big
like
brain.
shortened it down to like 15, my dude.
I'm sure they
Yeah,
did.
they don't care.
Alright, anyway, we're done here.
Oh, not quite.
It's 9:04.
Let me just accelerate through the story so we can say we did this and never have to come back to it again. But are you really going anywhere? It's Friday.
Food. I'm going for food.
Just choke on your own penis.
I think I'd rather not.
So, Raven casually abuses children.
Hey, at least that's the closest we've gotten to canon so far.
Let's see, and she begs for Raven to take care of her, and she does. And then Weiss is attacked by Gargantula Grim, so I guess some sort of spider grim.
Tarantula?
Yeah, some sort of tarantula grim.
Great, that's what Remnant needed.
Yeah,
Large spider grim.
Yep, nailed it.
Ugh. Burn it with fire.
Exactly. And so anyway, so she's fighting these off, and they're vicious spider grims. She built a rapier named Murnester, because of course she did. Even though she wasn't raised in the environment she was raised in.
Even though she didn't have a fencing teacher from the age of 2.
Yeah, exactly. And, she was raised by Raven, so of course she obviously built a dust-chambered rapier named Minester. Because this is like a Naruto fanfiction situation, where as long as you have Naruto shout, "I love me some ramen," it's still Naruto. So as long as you have Weiss use Murnester, it's clearly still Weiss, regardless of how much not Weiss it actually is. Tentacle Grim beat women, everyone knows that. You are correct, Tension. Tentacle Grim do beat women. In the age-old game of rock, paper, scissors, Tentacle Grim beats women. It's a very complicated game. Let's see. Anyway, they're very dangerous, and Weiss is just slaughtering them left and right. Left and right. Left
You okay
and right.
there? There you go.
I may have finished off my bottle of rum, which was about 7 fingers left. So.
All right. I never would have guessed.
But as I was saying,
I worry about you.
I don't. As I was saying, so she's killing all these clearly super scary, super hard Grim. Because this is how you make sure that everyone knows your character is really strong and stuff, is that you introduce completely unknown enemies and then have your character handily beat them. So you can be like, look how strong the character is. She beat a bunch of enemies you know nothing about. And then it switches to the Raven point of view, who then rants about how she told Weiss to not call her mother, though she was best friends with this Faunus, and the Faunus, when she died, did in fact name Raven as her new mother. And Raven accepted, and that's why Raven took in this kid, is because a will from a country she hates said so. Anyway, so blah blah, words, dumb words. She then is using her aura like a hunter pulse from Prototype to hunt down Grim.
That's a nifty feature.
Yeah, everyone can just do that. Just pulse your aura out. You can just detect all the Grim to yeet them. And then we switch back to the Weiss point of view, and she killed all of the Grim now. And she's reflecting on how much she loves Raven as her new mother. But then the more Grim showed up, and she has to resort to desperate measures, such as resorting to her semblance, which clearly is a desperate measure and not the go-to for every aspiring huntsman. Let's see, words, but it turns out she's garbage and she can't do her semblance. But as she's about to be attacked by a final Grim, her mother, who was actually watching her the whole time, which is Raven, keep in mind, comes out of nowhere and saves Weiss because she loves Weiss. And we switch back to the Raven point of view. Blah blah blah. She meets Song Wukong. Not Song Wukong. She meets Wukong's dad, which inexplicably exists, even though Wukong was an orphan, I believe. Maybe that's just standard.
I don't actually know.
Yeah, it's probably just
I don't
standard.
actually care.
I don't know. Personally, I think Orphan Wukong is a lot more fun than Wukong with a dad. That's just my personal opinion, I suppose.
You mean in a similar manner how people were hoping that Nora's dad was basically just Thor or Odin?
That's also a personal headcanon I hold, that the Norse god Thor had an affair with someone, and that's how Nora happened. And I will just ignore flat out everything that Season 7 says about Nora, because they will not ruin my girl.
By the way, did you two want to suffer through Season 7 with me?
Yeah, sure, if you're still paying for the Rooster Teeth.
I guess.
If you're still paying for the stupid Rooster Teeth fund where they're just overcharging people and ignoring grandfather clauses, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Oh shit, are they actually starting to ignore grandfather clauses now?
Oh yeah, that was what that one video that I posted was about, was that they're ignoring grandfather clauses now and just charging people full price. And actually, that their yearly subscription costs more than their monthly subscription.
How do you fuck that math up?
They did it on purpose.
Yeah. Because people are so used to yearly being a better deal.
We don't know what they've done to Nora yet, but regardless of what they do to Nora, I will ignore it. Because she is my precious, happy, explodey girl. And she will stay that way.
I would say, look, I just think it's a shame that Genlock is never coming back, even though it had great writing.
Yeah, I know, right? Probably
And,
by far.
I was gonna say, and all of the characters were great. Like,
I see such hate for it. I'm just like, why are you guys hating on It's so bland and generic. I'm like, what part of this was bland and generic?
If you like 90s shows, if you like mech tropes, it's a good show.
Well, and the thing that I don't understand is when they're like, oh, these characters are bland and uninteresting. I'm like, and they're like, oh, Ruby's so much better. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah. And
what seasons have you been
Ruby
watching, sir or ma'am?
I have heard that though before. It's like, oh wow, Genlock sucks. Ruby is better. I'm just like, what fucking season are you talking about, my fam?
Because here's the thing: if they're going like past season 2, nothing exists, I'd be like, maybe I could buy that. But these are the people who are like,
the problem
season
is
6 is great, and I'm like,
no. See, the problem is that as interesting as season 1 and 2 were, the animation was garbage.
oh yeah,
And that obviously, as a anime where your main medium is animation, that's kind of an important little detail.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say, and that isn't to say Genlock doesn't have its bad spots.
Oh, well, yeah,
there were
of
plenty
course,
of
yeah,
times
yeah,
when we were
yeah.
watching Genlock where we had to pause and be like, "Yikes, that is an animation problem."
Yeah, and but overall, as someone who thoroughly enjoyed Standalone Complex, I really liked Genlock because Grey Haddock was obviously inspired by Standalone Complex.
I mean, he was clearly inspired by a lot of stuff, and in a good way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the interview, he specifically named out Standalone Complex as something he was inspired by. Obviously along with Gundam and Power Rangers and etc. But it's just like I don't know. I feel like Rooster Teeth is acknowledging that they are dying, and they're just trying to squeeze every little cent out of people at this point as they go down. And it's kind of disappointing, being that I followed them since season 1 of Red vs. Blue. And wow, that makes me feel fucking old. Holy shit! What, 5th grade, Max?
What?
Red vs. Blue, 5th grade.
That might have been 5th grade for you. I didn't discover it until I was in my freshman year of high school.
Oh.
Introduced to it by an upperclassman.
No, I mean, I remember watching like season 1 on machinima.com. So doesn't that send people into fucking nostalgia trips?
All right. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, Raven shows up. She's like, "I gotta get Weiss safe. I love Weiss so much, and I feel like she's really important to me, and I gotta save her and take care of her and pamper her."
Here's
And
the problem. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
This entire scene could work.
Yeah.
If they just had Raven go, "I've invested too much effort into her to let her die."
Yep. Anyway, so with Weiss, seeing his father come in with 2 females, blah blah blah. The younger female, being carried, had a tail just like he did. Wait, what? Her father had a tail? Wait. What? Spider silk. What? Wait. It says with Weiss at the top here, but then it's actually Sun Wukong's point of view. Okay. And then Weiss dabs at some point during this flashback, and yeah, basically it's just generally garbage. And Weiss meets all of the supporting cast, and Raven just loves her as a daughter, and she's perfect and great and amazing. And Weiss is basically Weiss, except she's also a faunus and a little bit more hardcore, because that's how that works, right? You definitely would have a very prissy personality and understanding of the world when you're an orphan who's been specifically abandoned by her father and told that she was useless, right? And then raised by a bandit. Yeah, that you just have the exact same personality and nothing about you would change.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everyone just nod your head and be like, yeah, that's how Ruby works.
Yeah. I'm also I'm reading some of the comments
Yep, okay.
on the RT post about that price increase. I see this one dumbass. Compared to other streaming services, this is incredibly reasonable. I pay $60 a year to Funimation. Do you know what I have access to?
A lot.
nearly 3/4 of their library, as well as all brand new dubbed episodes as they're released, and simulcast episodes up to episode 4 or 5, depending on the series, and then a 2-week
Yeah.
delay. That is Rooster Teeth is basically a
Rooster
drop in the
Teeth-
bucket comparatively.
Rooster Teeth is worth $5 a month at best. At
Yeah.
best, $5 a month.
Yeah, like
Like if their yearly service was like $20 or $15, I'd be like, yeah, that's worth it.
that's what it was for me. But apparently, I'm being shafted for being a long-time sponsor.
How dare
I-
you give them money? Now give them
I've-
more money, you peasant.
I've literally been subscribed to them for so long. I've literally paid them for so long. I was a sponsor, not a first member, a sponsor.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, get down and pay them more money, peasant. They demand it of you. Don't support Funimation. Yeah, fair enough. But see, that's the sort of thing. Tension. I will take a second to talk about this before I end the stream. Is so Funimation. You know, the whole Vic Mignogna thing. Don't support them. Yeah, but at the same time, though, it's like saying don't support Crunchyroll. It's like, okay, yeah, but I want to have non-pixelated anime that I can watch immediately with good translations.
I mean, I've been fucked over by Crunchyroll twice, so I have good reason not to support them.
Well, but that's like personal reason. But it's like, you know, Funimation personally, you know, fired Vic Mignogna of the whole new thing, and it's like, oh, don't support them. It's like, okay, yeah, I would love to be political in this aspect, but they offer a service that I literally physically cannot get elsewhere. I mean, sure, I can go onto these fucking sketchy ass sites and get like the 480p version of the anime with decent translations on it. But I kind of like watching my anime in non-pixelation. It's 2019.
Well, and some of those sites, they don't like it when you use an ad blocker. Some of
Yeah.
those sites,
Oh,
one
like
site,
Kiss Anime, for example, fucking pieces of shit. They're just like, hey, we're just gonna prevent you from accessing a site because you're using an ad blocker. Like,
well, no, I would say
yeah.
Kiss Anime
out
started
my
doing something.
asshole.
I don't know if it's a bug or what, but Kiss Anime has done something insidious with my ad blocker.
No.
Everything if I have the ad blocker on, everything I try to watch is just episode 1 of Gundam Age. I'm not even kidding.
They picked one of the least liked Gundams to punish you with. They personalized it just for you, Adam.
Which ad blocker do you use?
I have uBlock.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I use AdGuard. I
I
hate
use
eBlock. eBlock
uBlock.
gave me so much trouble in the
See,
school system as an IT person.
Well,
Fuck
so
that
the problem is that ad blocker shilled out, and
Yeah, I know.
they-
That's why I don't use ad block.
Yeah, that's why I don't use ad block, is because they shilled out and they'll take money so they can force you to look at ads. Like, you literally are physically incapable of blocking certain ads if the ad company that paid you ad block. And she's
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way to get around that is there's this one ad blocker called like "Smell You Later" or some shit like that. Some scent-based name that like fake ad nauseum. That's what it was. That it fakes clicking on all of the ads, but it registers it purposefully as a bot click, so it hurts the numbers for the ads. But it also doesn't register as an ad block to most websites. So most websites that have some sort of anti-ad block feature don't notice it. And I think that's pretty cool, but at the same time, I don't feel like installing it because I already have uBlock and it works just fine, except for like the 2 websites that are butthurt about it. So fuck them.
I mean, I'm using ad nauseum, and it works pretty well.
Yeah, I know you're using it.
Oh, another fun thing about Kiss Anime. If you use a VPN, they will also ban you for a week or 2. But What's interesting though is if you just set your VPN to somewhere in Russia, they don't catch it for some reason.
Well, that's because Kiss Anime is based in Russia.
Well, at the moment they are.
Yeah.
Waiting for them to move over to somewhere else. Before Russia, they were based in the Emirates states.
Oh, so speaking of random shit before I close out this stream, Max, I just randomly found the fucking Jurassic World rip you gave me. I was
we were
organizing
gonna
my
watch some of that.
folders. I was
Right, we were
organizing
gonna
my
watch that with
folders.
them. That never happened.
Yeah, I know, right? But I was like organizing my folders because I downloaded a shit ton of more memes. So I was, organizing all my downloads finally and clearing up my downloads folder. And I'm just sitting here, just like, why do I have the full Jurassic World HD just sitting in my We should really sit down and watch that at some point. It's been long enough. We could make a stream out of it.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, that about covers it up. Sorry for the late stream, everyone. I hope you will come to the Tuesday one, which, I mean, so the plan here was that I was going to get a job and then keep up my streams, but, I got contacted for an interview, right?
Oh.
Yeah. And
maybe you want to take the stream offline first?
No, I'm fucking shaming them on this one. So, they contacted me for an interview. And they're like, oh, what times can you come in for this interview? So I was like, oh, throw it a couple of times and a couple of different days. And he just never comes back to me. Just like a week passes and he just never responded to that email. I'm just sitting here just like, okay. Well, it looks like I'm continuing this podcast.
Alright, anyway. I'm out of here. I gotta get food.
I will see you all next time, because there is always more and it always gets worse.